How's it going, everybody? Hope it's not too windy out here. So I took 3 planes last night and arrived here at 7 o'clock. That bird. So it's a sacred, familiar ground. And as I come out here, I realize, I feel good about stepping through my fears of lack and limitation. Somehow the universe produced a ticket that was barely $400. It's amazing because it's a day-to-day existence. That's what we're doing. Tomorrow and yesterday are being taken off the table. The only thing the past and the future are good for is when we remember and we gain the memories and they activate the code in us that tells us what our real truth is. Our real truth is in the moment. It really is. It's not a cliche. When I went to Sedona, that vortex hit me in the minute I started driving in. And this one here in Hawaii, it's even more powerful. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it has to do with Lemuria, galactic stuff. I don't know. I just know that I'm only going to be Todd Medina one time, and you're only going to be you one time. And Todd Medina and whatever your name is a divine essence. It's a divine essence that will live forever, but will only be fully engaged in this consciousness one time. And now that we've got enough of our memory back, our skills and abilities are coming back, we can engage this thing and actualize it and materialize whatever we want. And I realized as I arrived in Hawaii that that's a better view. I realized that, Joseph Campbell talks about follow your bliss in his writings. But really, what is following your bliss? We're all about polarities and integrating polarities. And what's the opposite of bliss? Fear. So to me, up to this point in my journey, and I'm just doing what I do, what I'm called to do. I'm special, but I'm just the same special everybody else is. And the opposite of bliss is fear. And when we step through the fears, stepping through the fears is following your bliss. Because it's the only thing that keeps you from peace and love and happiness and truth and trust, wisdom of the soul, all the virtues of the soul. We are endless, timeless. We're not just a finite biological being. We're divinity. And the more we act like divinity, the more we experience divinity. I'm virtually, physically, mentally, well, exhausted. But I feel something I've never felt before. I feel like I'm coming home. And coming home is not a place. It's who we are. This is why we came. We came here for this. We don't need to march or protest or boycott, try to change this world. Really. It's as simple as figuring out what makes you afraid, digging your heels in, digging your heels in, and going through those fears. Because going through the fears is following your bliss. And the amazing thing that's happening in this world is when any of us do that, we don't have to, unless it's our calling, we feel like we need to, we don't have to share that. We don't have to talk about it. We don't have to write about it. All we do is got to do it, because when we do that, it creates this magic. And in this up to now invisible energy, and it affects tens of thousands, of hundreds of thousands, of millions of people. It's like somebody opens a door. Each one of us, every time we step through the fear, we open a door. And that door is open now. And on the other side of that door is a whole bunch of other doors that this universe has never experienced before. We came to expand the universe by expanding ourselves. Anything's possible. Anything you can imagine is possible. You can live in a tent. On the beach. You can come to a beautiful island with nothing but the clothes on your back. There's no words for it. There's no words for it, but I think deep down, if any of us was God, and we all are, goddess, we would do the right thing for the collective. We would make this place, this common space that we share, we would make it an Eden, a nirvana, a utopia. And we can do that. We do that by just removing these fears and following our bliss, because it's the same thing. And every time one of us does that, every time one of us takes faith in action, it opens the door for many, many more. And on the other side of that door are an infinite number of doors. We only get one chance to be who we are. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. Somewhere down the line in another incarnation, you and me, whoever we are in that incarnation, we're going to pull from the faith and the love and the courage and the peace and the wisdom of the divine essences that we are. I don't think there's ever been a species, to use that word, I don't ever think there's been a species that has had the opportunity and that can and will alchemize this heavy density into the highest dimensional experience the universe has ever had. This is our chance to push the envelope out further than it's ever been before. We have the ability to create heaven on earth from the center of our own space, the center of the universe. Each one of us. Think about it. It's the flower of life, exponential. We are 8 billion universes. And we're creating exponentially every time we walk through just one fear. Walking through fear is what's got me here. Walking through fear is what was my expansion in the first 2 years of my journey. Walking the streets, walking through the fears, walking through the shadows, it's the same thing. And you know, everything that we've been through, every single thing, even those things that we try to get away from and disassociate ourselves from and forget about and hide, all of those experiences are coming to pay off now. Everything we've ever done. Hope my boots are waterproof. Look at that. Amazing graces, violet purple hazes, blue cobalt flame, no more shame and blame. This is why we came. I don't know what else to say, but I'm so happy. And I want everyone else to be happy. There's no more fight. No more fight. Not with yourself, not with other people. We don't got to prove anybody wrong. There is no wrong. All we got to do is shine, shine, shine. Faith, the transitive verb to trust and believe in ourselves. That is the I am soul. And the I am soul is, to me, the holy triad. It is the mother that's creation in one corner. It's the father that is the manifester in another corner, inspired by his love for the mother. And the third end of that triad, that triangle, is me and you. Don't let anybody stand in your way. Don't let anything stand in your way. I don't care who it is. Everybody knows I'm in a divine union with Morgan Lee. I would not allow her to stand in my way of my truth, and she would not allow me to stand in the way of her truth. And that's the way it should be for all of us. I'm pretty overcome with emotion. And you can see why. We don't have to figure all this shift out. We don't have to figure it all out. It's this beautiful, infinite simplicity of the universe that breaks it down just to two things. There's only two vibrations out there. There's only two. One is real and one is not real. And you can call it whatever you want. Love and fear, ego, soul, but it doesn't matter. We all receive communications from the universal, and it doesn't come in a language, a human language. It comes in all different other ways. So we don't need words, we just need to understand there's only two vibrations out there. And if we only have one chance to be who we are, this divine essence, whatever your name is, Todd Medina being mine, will live forever, forever. This consciousness will live forever. So let's make it good. Let's inspire each other by the wordless actions of faith that we take. Just do it. Make it happen. Make that shift happen. And I think in this transition, it's okay to speak it. I've spoke for 7 years and I've said I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, and it doesn't always work out, but you know what? Down the road, it happens. Down the road, it does. It sure does. Well, Todd Medina, Soldier One Studios, the First Spirit Walk. Walking on Mother Earth with the water on my feet in Kauai, Hawaii. There'll be more. The universe takes 10 steps towards us, like my friend Michael Van Patten says, for every time we take one step towards it. So tomorrow, as a result of that, or as an example of that, I got a place to stay for a month from a gifted by a divine goddess. And we just take it from there. Do the best we can to represent. So we'll be doing some broadcasts beginning tomorrow night. Got a whole bunch of people that want to come on, and I'm excited to be a part of that. Let the past go. Let everybody's past go. Let your own past go. It's not about where you've been. It's about where you are and where you're going. And where you are is where you're going. Wishing you all peace, power, protection, and big love. Peace out. One.